Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about AVAX. Just quick update because AVAX did exactly what I warned of in the last video. I showed you the weakness in the AVAX chart, pointed out the risk. I pointed already out the risk when we were in this yellow area here. Actually pointed out the risk up here already above $50 and told you if we drop below $53, it won't end well with AVAX, and that is why we had the red support line here. And when we dropped below it, I think we lost another, what was it, 50, 60, 70%. And we came into this new yellow target area. But even there, because we didn't hold the 88.7% fib level at $25, pointed out the chart is really at risk. Yeah. Because any move below the 88.7% fib level is not good. It is the last level on the fib ladder. Theoretically, yeah, you can come down in a wave 2, and this is how I count it, yeah, a wave 1, a wave 2. Theoretically, you can come down to the beginning of the wave 1 without invalidating it, and that is why I'm sort of still trying to be bullish a little bit, yeah, even though it is, from my point of view, and that is what I said in the videos, days ago and even yesterday again, this is, from all the charts I'm looking at, from an Elliott wave point of view, probably the worst. Yeah, okay, there are worse charts like ICP or Blocktopia, but the ones that I have in regular circulation, AVAX is the worst, purely because it is so similar to Terra Luna, yeah, and the chart itself, and that you can count it easily in a corrective way as well. And you can't do that with any chart. You can't do that with any chart. With AVAX you can do it, and you could count the wave 1 here that I have in green actually as a wave A, then the move down as a wave B, the move up in a wave C, and then you count all of this as an impulse, and that impulse here, it's a clean impulse. Yeah, you can count it impulsive. But that is also the reason why this chart, if you compare it, for example, to the ADA chart, compare it to the Ethereum chart, they look completely different. Yeah, and the other point is that what you have here, what is coming up here, it's you could count it as a leading diagonal, which is not a good one because it's ascending, and ascending leading ascending wedges, ascending leading diagonals, they are very rare, and that also makes it less likely that this actually is an impulse and that this here is a correction down. Actually, it makes it quite likely that this is a correction up and an impulse down, which makes it quite risky, that chart, because it could mean that we need to drop below $1 to reset the whole chart. And if you drop below $1, it will be a huge task to bring the chart back up. It is just if you have a cryptocurrency or any asset that was as high as AVAX, $150, then it drops down to below $1. It just means you need not only a lot of money to bring it back up, but also the sentiment needs to shift again. And that is so difficult if you have other cryptos that didn't drop that much. And yeah, it's just at risk, and especially if you drop here below that 88.7% fib level, it's not good, because from a bullish point of view, if we count this bullish, it would be the second wave 2, and in the second wave 2 to drop below that that level, it's not great. But therefore I give you, I still stay optimistic, and the $9.64 level is still the level where I think this is sort of the last resort. It shouldn't drop below that level, otherwise we really risk to go below $1. Honestly, we do, because there is not more support. There isn't really anything. There is one more little low here from before at around $3. That's it. But even a drop below $10 would then lead, first of all, to a $3 level. Yeah, $3 to $4. Even that would be another 60 to 70% drop, which I think everybody wants to avoid, because it just drops too much. Yeah. But on the other hand, AVAX below $1, I mean, I would take the gamble, I'm very honest with you, buying AVAX below $1, knowing, however, that it may never recover because it dropped so much. And I'm not talking about fundamentals here, I'm talking about technical aspects. You can have the best coin in the world, but if the sentiment has shifted to negative, it is very difficult to bring that back up. Yeah, especially if you have thousands of other crypto projects and they're all doing a similar thing, and they haven't dropped that much. So not confident in this chart at all. Just wanted to update you that we dropped below this key level, and that we can now expect, with a high likelihood actually, a $9.64 AVAX or $10 AVAX, because there isn't much support left. Well, actually, and I think I mentioned that yesterday, if we add the VPVR, I think there will be support around $12, $12.50. So let me add the VPVR, and then I can add this as support line here on the chart. Yes, because the volume spikes begin basically here around $13.50. So with a spike at around $2 $12.50. So if I add here the support line here, then that will remind us that we can actually expect some support before we reach the $10 level. So around $12 to $13, we should expect some support just due to this being a historically relevant area of trade. So be prepared for that. But the way we're coming down here, again, it's not looking good. It's looking very impulsive. And yeah, this is what we're doing here. I mean, look at this. We had a descending wedge, yes, but we also had a triangle within this wedge. And as I told you, you should always wait for a breakout, because this doesn't at all need to mean it's bullish, not at all. And in fact, we even broke then to the downside, and it's currently playing out the risky scenario that I highlighted to you here only yesterday. And on the hourly, you can see how weak those moves up are, very corrective, which means that the moves down are very impulsive. They are much steeper, and I could imagine that we might retest the wedge from below. That would be now at pretty much $20. Yeah, if we get back above $20, we're back in the wedge. That would then be not bullish, but at least less bearish. Yeah, at least we would be above support again. I can only hope for AVAX it will do that, but actually I'm fearful that it might not, and that it will go down from there, because if you retest this wedge from below, that ascending support line, which is now resistance, if you retest that from below in a bearish way and you are successful in the retest and then go down, I think this will be another catalyst for a further move down. And you know, all the indicators are now pointing to the downside anyway. We've got here the ADX showing a short signal. It did show a short signal since the beginning of April, which I pointed out to you anyway. So there was no reason to assume that we're going back up. Here we see a bit of a bullish divergence on the daily RSI, but it really is the only sort of bullish signal we can see. And without confirmation that the price is going up, it really is only always a heads up. It is no confirmation that the price is going up. It just means we're making lower lows on the price chart, higher lows on the RSI, but it doesn't mean the price has to go up. It's just a heads up that the downtrend is slowing down. But as soon as you now start to move down even lower, that bearish divergence is probably going away as well. And the MACD is also here pointing on the daily now to the downside. It's losing bullish momentum, so we need to be aware of that as well. Okay, so hopefully you liked the update about AVAX. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.